It's annoying that I still have to do this. Like, it's very annoying. You clicked this video because you saw the title and you thought, yes, student finance. Going to university, you're going to probably have been in touch with student finance. Certain you will have had to go through something with student finance. And now I want to expose a lot of things that you might not know about student finance. Not in a negative way, but to those who might not be British. Yeah. Because if you're not British, you tend to have a whole totally different experience of student finance, and you probably had to do things twice as hard, twice as worse, twice as specifically, and probably got twice as much the rudeness and naivety. Here we are, we're in this video. This is for you. Now, a lot of you might not know, a lot of you may know. I went through a journey where I was getting kicked out of university. I actually ended up leaving university, and I had a GoFundMe created for me. He made a GoFundMe for me. He made a GoFundMe for £9,000. Which is how much I will need in this situation I'm in right now. My situation is possibly facing eviction for something in my house, and that's a possibility. And of course the last of the money that my university wanted to pay ASAP. And Manny created like a GoFundMe to kind of help. The GoFundMe was created by Manny Ade, my best friend, my boy, my brother, because he saw my situation and he literally took a step to change it, and God be the glory. I'm sitting here today. I left university with no debt, and I'm in a better position than I was initially. However, a lot of people have the story misconstrued. A lot of people may not understand that I still left university. I still didn't finish my first year. I'm still going to start first year again. And the purpose of this video is to show you, I guess, to shed some light on the side that you might not know, and you might be in the same position as me, being a Nigerian who's been in this country for most of his life, and you might be applying for student finance and you think you're fine totally. So these are steps just to listen and make sure that you know you're okay to go, because if you go and they fail you as they did to me, it makes your life so stressful, so stressful. Let me give you a quick breakdown. I'm going to try to keep it super short. It's a lot of information, and I'm going to try to make this super short. I apologize if it does not end up short, but I tried. Cool. My name is Josiah Harrison. I'm 19 years old, and I am meant to be my second year of university, but I'm going to have to repeat first year. And this is September the 3rd, and I still don't know if I'm going to be in university or not. I'm a Nigerian born. I came in this country in 2007. I've been in this country for 10 years. I'm at the point where I can apply for permanent residency, and we are doing all as such. I want to shed some light because I have a platform to do so, and someone said to me, yes, you have a platform, so make sure you use it to the best of your ability. This has been sitting on my heart for so long, so long. So I'm finally going to speak on it, because I was scared, to be honest, because it's a part of my life that was very sensitive, and it's a part of my life that I went through a lot of mental tribulation. But obviously I'm a smiley face, but it's something that's been on my heart for so long, so I'm going to speak on it because it might help your situation, it might change your lives. Cool. Student Finance England are the people who give you loans, tuition, maintenance loans, i.e. you borrow money and you'd have to pay them back at a certain point after you've earned a certain amount of money from when you leave university. Is it good or not in terms of is it worth it? It's arguable, but it is useful. It's kind of a little bit of a safe haven before you go into real, true life. Student finance, yeah, it's a little bit of a safe cushion before you go into the real world, and it really helps your university experience because you actually have money to spend, eat, survive, live. Got to party, drink, yeah, cool, smoke if you do that, the good stuff. But for some of us, it's not really all good and easy to achieve or to gain access to, and it's kind of sad and unfortunate that this country doesn't really cater too much to help ease the process of doing so. Now there's two laws that I fall into. So I'm a Nigerian, I have a green passport, I'm not British. I fall into the categories, well, I fell into the categories in 2016, 2017 when I applied to university first, as I was 18 when I applied and I became 19. When you're 18, you fit under a long residency clause, meaning that you have had to have lived in the country for at least 7 years if you're 18 and under, and if you're 18 and above, you've had to have lived here for at least half your life to the start date of your course. So if you've lived half your life there, but to the start date of your course being September or October, and obviously for universities it's usually September, even though your course doesn't start till October, you wouldn't get finance. Even if it's a day's difference, you wouldn't get it. You can appeal, but you probably have your appeal ignored like me. I had over 4 or 5 appeals ignored. I had over 4 or 5 manager callbacks ignored. I was handled in the poorest manner possible. But break down my situation. I was 18 when I applied to university, meaning that for 7 years I'd had to be in the country. I was in the country for nearly 9 years. Now, I applied to university at 18. When I became 19, student finance heard my age and saw that my age was now 19, nearly a year later after I applied. And they were like, you know what, no, you're 19. It's different. You have had to be here for half your life. Now imagine I'm in university now, I'm chilling, but I'm still fighting student finance in hope that I'm going to get student finance. I didn't know, there was no definitive statement to say I'm going to get it or not. You know, from being an 18-year-old, I should have got it. But now becoming 19, and then they started to use my application from a different point of age, i.e. I was meant to be handled from the point which I applied, i.e. being 18, but then they're looking at my application from a 19-year-old's point of view, and they took it upon themselves to just change my information, even though paperwork, when it's handed and signed, it's dated, and it's handled from the point of which that is dated, i.e. every circumstance being that date in that period is how you are reviewed. But they reviewed me now as a 19-year-old at a later date. So I'm in university now. I turned 19 in November. I was already in university for nearly 2 months. And I still don't know if I'm getting to the finance. And obviously school, you know, university, give you a certain amount of time to pay the money back. Or to give the money, tuition. So the finance were just being totally harsh, to say the least. And I'm still going through student finance. A lot of people don't know this. So I'm telling it. I'm saying it. Because I was scared to say it. Because it's a personal part of my life. I'm still till today going through student finance wahala. This is 2017/2018, 3rd of September. I'm still battling student finance. What do they want from me now? I've been here for the amount of time. I've been here for 10 years now. And they keep asking me for information from a date which all the evidence I can give is limited because I was a 9-year-old kid. I was 9 years old. Now what they want is a date from the 7th of October 2007. I came here in September 2007. However, there's nothing in my name being a 9-year-old boy. Everything is in my parents' name, and you can imagine when you come into a new country, it's a new environment, it takes you some time to settle down. So at the point I was moving a lot, you know, I lived in London, then I went to Plymouth. So information was just everywhere. And I can't say too much information, but yeah, information was everywhere. So and you're still trying to settle down. You're still trying to settle down. So why is student finance saying to me, oh, we need evidence of something? Have you got bank statements? You know, is your name been? Tell me which 9-year-old has a bank account with their name on it when they just came from Nigeria. I'm 9 years old. What document? Like, do you have utility bills? Do you have... Bro, paying which bills? That's what they're asking me for right now, guys. I'm still battling student finance, and I believe God I will get it again. Like, I honestly believe. So everything in my mind is I'm doing it as if I'm going to university, because at this point, if I was not to go, it is negligence. Like, it is utterly completely wrong. Last year there's loopholes, things that were excusable. But this year there's nothing excusable. Let me break it down to you how petty the system is. I would often send they'll say, oh, can you prove that you came to this country the date you came? My passport had a stamp from the government, because that was the only way, you know, they didn't have British resident permits as you do now. The law and the time was different, so everything appropriate to that time was what I gave you. How can student finance tell me you give us an outdated passport? Bro, you expect my passport to still be in date 10 years later? I have 3 passports over that period of time, and I gave you the oldest, the one in the middle, and the newest that is current. For you to know how it was in that date, you have to look at the flipping oldest one. No, it's outdated, you can't use it. Eventually they use it, but because of the negligence and the let's say naivety of the people who work there sometimes, I had to send my passport how many times to prove to them that that's the proof you need. There's nothing else I can give you. There's nothing else that the HMRC would say that is the only way you can prove it. So that's what I did eventually. Like, I had to do things how many times before they get the idea that is all I can give you. Cool, so now I've given them that. Sorry, we need evidence that you've been here since, you know, we need to know that you've been living here. Not gonna lie, I can't really go to school if I wasn't living here. You know, I can't be flying from Nigeria every morning to make lectures or to go to lessons in primary school. Now deep this, they wanted a date from 7th of October 2007. The only evidence that has my name on it starts on the 8th of October 2007, because that's when I started primary school. Tell me why they were, when I said it to them on the phone, they're skeptical about it. Because they said, oh, well, we need something from the 7th ideally. Bro, in this country, you would know that to go into a school, to get into a school, you would have had to have a meeting with the head teacher. You would have had to be in school already. Tell me why they seem unsure that that might be enough. And this is after telling them, oh yeah, do a home office check on me, i.e. that's all the information that this country has. Like, they have it on me. Like, nope, it failed. How do you mean it fails? It can't fail because I've been here. Even the government know that. So it's either that I've been lying to you or you've been lying to me, i.e. the system been lying to me. I now call again in a different day, get a different person. They say, oh, no, he lied to you. You didn't fail. It's fine. We just need to try to prove that you were here. Okay. How am I gonna prove it? No bank statements, nothing in my name. Everything says Hyacinth, like my mum's name and family. I can't give you any evidence with my name. And that's what student finance, like, you find student finance. So, like, I guess it's a little bit late on into this video, and I'm gonna end it right, like, soon. But if you're in a situation where, to those watching this, and hopefully uni's in like 4 or 5 years ahead of time, start to educate yourself of what the requirements are right now, of what you need to make your life easier in the future. It's important. Very, very, very important. And to those at the point of which I'm here right now, trying to find out whether I'm still going to university or not, if you're in those shoes, please legally know where you stand, legally know what is best for you and what your rights are. Because if you don't know your rights, people will tell you what's right. You need to know and stand in your rights, and people will believe you when you know what you're talking about. I guess it's a little bit more difficult for people as us, but we can really do it, and we need to stand together and stand in what we believe in, and at least just be educated enough to know. Because a lot of people I know don't know what their rights are, so they allow the system to take advantage of them, even though what they had and what they deserve is right there, and because they didn't know, they didn't take it. They didn't chase it up to take it. And I'm in a position where, like I said, I appealed so many different times, but they ignored every single thing. But because of that, it created a social media outroar where everybody was behind me, sharing my story, and it was revealing a lot more stories. And I've almost seen, like, I talked to some important people, and I've seen like a change in sort of finances share. They're a little bit more specific in how they do things, like, in a good way. Like, for me now, they email me every time I send evidence in saying that they've received it. They never did that last year. They never changed my system, but now they're telling me, oh yeah, I've received your documents, you know, this is what we have, thank you for sending it to us. So thank God for that, I guess. But yeah, I'm at a stage where, no, I don't even know if I'm gonna go to university, but I'm gonna do everything in my power as if I'm gonna go to university, because, you know, I can't get killed by a situation that hasn't been decided yet, and I know that my faith lies in the hands of God. But yeah, to those who are in this position, please learn what your requirements are. For those who are in the country at this point, you just came to the country, you're watching this video, and in the future you're going to, or your parents might be watching this, or your sisters, or your cousins. If you guys know anybody that is in this situation, educate them and their families of what they need to do. Read about residence permits, read about your rights, read about your right of abode, read about everything. Education, what does this country require of you? I can't begin to sit and explain all that is needed, because it's a lot of information, and this video wouldn't be long enough to explain it to an individual. It's just something you have to read and get legal help if you don't understand it, because this country is going to take the piss. This country is an amazing place to be, and I love being in this country, but certain aspects of this country, they're just not made for us. It's not made for you, and it's unfortunate that we have to work 10 times as hard, but we do. So I'm not going to moan about it, I'm going to do, but I want to educate you guys. This is what's happening to me. This is what's happening to a lot of people. A lot of people don't share their stories because they feel like they don't need you. Because I urge you to share your story. Like, share your stories, because it is important for people to know other people's experiences, because it shapes your experience as well. It allows you to be a bit more careful, allows you to be a bit more aware of the realities of things that are not exposed to everybody. It's not a majority problem. This is a minority issue. Because I'm a Nigerian person, it's not, it might even be because I'm black. Because I got some information last year of the statistics of the amount of people who were black, not African, the amount of people who were black, and them being denied unjustly by student finance. But need I say more? Yes. I don't know if I hit every single point I wanted to cover, but I was literally eating and I decided, yo, this has been in my heart for so long and I'm going to talk about it. So if I need to clarify more things, please comment below and I will clarify for you. But it's like, I have a lot to say on it, and sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to collect my thoughts. So apologize for the length of this video, but yes, this is the reality. Find out your rights, find out what's best for you, and share this video with somebody who might be in the same position, so that we can feel in the know and feel inspired to deal with these difficult things. Because these documentations and stuff, it's like sometimes you just feel like you just want to drop it and just put it in the hands of God. Like, oh, just leave. Oh, I'm tired, I'm stressed. Like, that's what I want to do, like, a lot of my time. But I have to actually actively fight it, because no one's going to do it for me, and I need to change my situation. But yeah, I apologize if I didn't cover everything, but I've literally shot this video 3-4 times, and I don't feel happy. I don't feel content that I've expressed how I fully wanted to express. But this is my last take. This is what's gonna go out, because there's so many thoughts. There's so many thoughts. There's so many emotions packed behind it, and there's so much, and I can only begin to try to, I can only try to explain the true actuality of how it feels and what it was to go through that. But I went through mental turbulence. I went through a lot in my head, and I just want people to know you should speak up. You have a platform, speak up. Whether your platform be big or small, it's not about the numbers, it's about the power and how you use it. Share your stories, share your stories. Bye.
Let not text, I don't text that. I know we go way back. I just wanna lay back. You love me, gotta say that. Bitches ain't shit, so I play them.